We are converting this gasoline generator to propane. This is our first time doing it. We got the stuff right here. Nate's gonna be helping me out, but we'll figure this out.
All right, so let's unpackage this here. We start with instructions, which those. We got a chunk of hose. Let's see what's in this box here.
Hardware.
Looks like a bunch of little fittings of sorts. We got some chickens. Now we may or may not need all of these. Sometimes these things come with extra pieces, but we'll see.
This kit was specific for this thing, but they're pretty much generally the same.
Sometimes though there's differences in years and models and whatever, so it comes with parts for both.
So the hose just screws on there like normal?
Well, we got a big fitting that goes into here, and it's a pressure regulator, so we got in and out.
Okay.
So there's that. This is going to be the adapter piece that goes onto the actual engine. It's just that little flange. And then your gas line will go in there. We got a gasket for both sides of that. Pipe fitting for here. This is going to be a on-off valve for the gas. And some more fittings and basic hardware. So this is the PTFE paste, so we don't have to get some. It was included in the kit.
Oh, cool.
This will go on the threads and it actually seals it up so the gas doesn't leak. Yeah, there's the chicken. That chicken is actually ridiculously friendly and it loves people. So you'll hear that.
All right.
First things first, we're gonna just start disassembling what's here, just to get this stuff out of the way. All right, these are going to be a 10 millimeter. And usually on these, oh, there's another 10 millimeter on back. Right here. Usually on these, there's either the two bolts that hold it to the carburetor and maybe a bracket, and then there's just going to be this hose right here. This one actually has the fuel line clipped into it in this little corner. If these hoses don't come up, you can stick a little pick behind them and bust them free. And they'll pop right out. But there's that. Okay, so after a little bit of messing with it, we figured out that the carburetor does stay on, which that was my question, is how is it going to get metered if the carburetor is not off there and there's nothing to control the governor. So the carburetor does stay on. These little things are basically just extensions to the studs that are already there.
The carburetor being on, you'll be able to run gas and propane, right?
I do believe so. It should work that way. I'd have to check the manual to be sure, but I think you can. So those studs go on there. And then this will actually, this is the adapter block with the hole for the gas line. That'll go on there. Like that. And then there's going to be a gasket that goes between here and the air filter housing. I'm concerned about the clearance here for the air filter housing, but I guess we will cross that bridge when we get to there. Okay, so it looks like we have an option of either a right angle or just a straight out fitting for the adapter plate here. For this one, we're going to use the right angle. So we're going to just screw that in. And then this thing already does have the paste on here, so that's going to help with sealing it up. Ooh. I'm going to go down to here, just so we can kind of, that's about as tight as I'm getting it without breaking it. It would be nice to go up a little bit.
Touch farther.
Just a touch farther.
Holy smokes.
Perfect. Alright. I'm not going to go any farther than that because that was already too much. So, alright, now the hose is going to come out that way and we can work with it. Basically, what's going to happen here is same deal on here. This is actually a little flow valve here on the inside. So that's going to go on the outlet to this regulator. And same deal. This one doesn't really matter which way it goes. It's just kind of going to go in there. As long as it's tight. There we go. Alright. Alright, and then whenever you're putting any gas lines or anything together, when you're done and you think you got the system good, spray some soapy water all over it and check for leaks. Alright, so I can already foresee a problem. So since this is coming out that much farther, when you try to put this thing on, it won't actually fit because it's hitting down here, which means there's still going to be a gap down here. So we're going to have to actually either bend or remove or do something with this corner down here. Because not only is this in the way already, but then we have another layer with this filter material and then another layer with this cover. Okay, so basically we have, even with this ground down here, we have another piece that goes in there and then the cover, and there is just no way this is going to work. It's just not going to. We're not going to destroy the frame for this, so what we're going to end up doing is I'm just going to design a piece that goes in here to offset it so we can put a pod filter or something over here and still have a filter, but just not, it's just not gonna work. So this is essentially, you know, non-existent for the time being. The only other thing I've done is I've attached a hose here, and then that goes to a hose clamp. This regulator is gonna go here. It says mount up right here. So we're just gonna screw it to the side here, kind of like that. So we're just gonna pop two little holes here. Alright, mark one there. So after I make this one, now what we'll do is we'll put a bolt through here and through here. And then that way we can perfectly line up to the second hole. Don't tell me this is done. Ooh, the battery.
Oh, I thought the battery was dead right there.
It is.
It's dead,
The
but
battery just died. All right, well, that's all you get out of a rigid. So,
is enough.
barely. So that's what we get. And now we have, probably should use some smaller lock washers, but
That's all we had.
okay, well then these are perfect. These are exactly what we need. We'll tighten those down. This will now be a permanent addition to this generator. I wonder what size these are. It'll take a while. Ooh, who's good? All right, now that that is now a permanent addition to here, we're going to cut this hose a little bit and just mount it to there with a hose clamp. And then all we need to do is add this and make the air filter assembly. Now that we have trimmed the hose just a little bit, so we can put this on here. Loosen that up just a touch. Perfect size. Let's squeeze this down until that's about good, right there. Okay. Perfect. All right. Now we got a hose from the regulator to our adapter. We got this thing bolted down. It's really that simple. Like, we still have the option for fuel should we need it. We still have the governor on here to control the feed. So we just need to get this hooked up, and we need to get a hose for that.
We got a hose, and we had to get plumbing supplies all the way over there and find the right adapter to go from 3/8 to 3/4, which fit. Took a little while looking up. They should have added this in the package, but we made do with what we had. And this is at Menards, so we'll get it running.
So there's supposed to be a hose that goes from this valve cover into the air filter housing over here, and that is just short. So what these little plastic tubes included are for is you're just gonna cut one of these hoses in half and simply just extend it a little bit. That's all it's for. It's super easy. There's no
need any clamps or anything?
No, there's no real pressure or anything in these. It's just kind of like a PCV valve. So it's just kind of excess pressure, and whatever comes out of here goes back into the intake and it gets burned.
That's to make up for this gap right here?
Yep, that just makes up for that gap. This little one is for this, but this is plenty long enough where it was not actually needed. But that doesn't solve our problem because we're still gonna have to make a housing of some sort for that.
Oh, yep.
And then we can just run this into that housing, which will be fine. I can plug that right in there. I'll just find something in there for that.
Oh, that's a printed piece.
Yes, 3D printed piece. I kind of guessed where the hole would be. I need to actually measure it. But the idea is for it to come out here, come out a different direction, and I'm actually gonna add another bend here so we can have a filter here, and so it'll actually cover it up a little bit better. I just kind of guessed.
Alright, that'll work for now though.
Yeah, it'll work for now. It'll definitely work for now.
It's just, we need to change it for the sound box that I make.
Yeah, for the enclosure. So that'll work for now. Just to test it, we can...
Yes, that's what we want. Let's hear this thing run. Do you want to put this on?
No, we're just... I gotta change it anyway.
Sure.
It'll be fine. I sanded it down and everything, so it's super smooth. It should seal pretty well. I sanded it down to like 200 grit. Or 2000 grit. Alright. So it works very well. I just need to add more material here and then another bend that way. So there's that, and then off of here, let's add some PTFE paste to here.
This is the part we just picked up.
As a thread sealant, and a lot of, that's probably actually more than I would ever need for here. So I like to just spread it around. And then of course wipe some on my pants because that's just a standard procedure. That's gonna be good for that. And then, where did that singular hose go? I think I put it right here. So we're actually going to be making a whole rig that goes, this goes to 2 tanks and it's a switcher. So it'll be in between there, and then this hose will actually attach to here and then go into there. But just to set it up,
just to hear it run, see it work.
We got this single hose with the main regulator down to this regulator, and it'll go onto there and there. So now this hose I picked up in an alley in the cities. Just in the hood, it was marked as trash, so it was free.
Did you need a Teflon that? Or
No, it should be good because it's got the tapered.
Okay.
It should be good. And then go to here. Alright. And then where's that filter material? And the zip tie's not gone.
Open that.
Let's see.
And if it's brand new, you have to purge it.
Oops, see how we're getting, can you see it coming out of the end there?
Oh, yep. All right, that's how you convert a gas generator to propane. Thanks for watching.